Hello, this is a timeless channeled message meant to find you whenever this finds you. So the tarot cards we have for this reading are Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups. Okay. The analogy that I'm getting is like you're stuck somewhere, but it's like you found a key and you can get out of it, but there's this look of hesitation, like you don't necessarily want to leave yet, maybe because there's this fear of leaving or this fear of letting it go. Eight of Swords here. This feels like this is a mental prison. This is something that you've trapped yourself in mentally, and it looks like it's a construct, like it doesn't exist in the physical world, or rather it is connected to something that is real to you, that does exist. It's just that, like, on the surface, you could say, oh, why don't you just leave? Or why don't you just walk away from it? But it's not just that simple. Like, maybe you have a duty to this thing, or there's an emotional attachment, so it's hard to let it go. But there's something that it feels like it's compelling you to leave, something internally where you know you're supposed to let it go, or you know you're supposed to leave, and you have a key to it, but I see you just holding on to this key and looking at it instead of using it. And there's probably a good reason for this. Ultimately though, like, internally, I see you want to leave this, but it's hard, or there's this feeling of like dissatisfaction just whenever you do leave because it hurts, or it feels like you're missing out on something. So I feel for you in this, but I want to understand what this situation is a little bit more. So we're going to get some cards to clarify all of this. I'll ask Spirit, can you clarify the Eight of Swords for us? Why is the Eight of Swords here? Oh, okay. The card that flipped up is the Knight of Pentacles. We'll get a couple more. We got Eight of Cups and Four of Wands. Why do I want to cry? Like, I was in a like emotionally neutral state, but I feel like crying right now, and I don't know, like I know that it's not coming from me, and it feels very difficult. Like, okay, so yeah, this is a difficult message, so please take this as it resonates, because this won't apply to absolutely everyone. But there's some type of connection, either like a friendship or a romantic connection, where you feel compelled to leave it, or you know that it's like not healthy for you, or it just doesn't feel good anymore. So you're being asked to really assess where you are and then walk away. With the Knight of Pentacles, what this is indicating to me that this sensation, this feeling of needing to walk away, it didn't happen all at once. It occurred slowly, but it feels like this dawning, this realization, it snapped. Like there was a straw that broke the camel's back. Like all of a sudden one thing was added and you were like, oh my God, I don't need to be here anymore if I don't want to. Again, like, I encourage free will always, especially when it comes to tarot. Tarot discusses likely futures and probable outcomes, but again, I do believe our conscious thought and your free will has more impact on reality. You get to decide the path that you wish to walk and however you want to interface with this. But again, there's just this feeling of walking away from something that was a very huge celebration or this cause for joy. And that's what makes this so hard or so difficult. It feels like a very strong emotional attachment or connection. So, like it actually like is making me choke up or making like my heart hurt. So once again, this is a very, very particular and quite heavy message. So use your discernment to see if this belongs to you or not, and decide how you're going to navigate this. So I'm going to move on to the next card. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Page of Pentacles? Why is this Page of Pentacles here? Okay, so the cards that we have are Justice, Ace of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles. Okay. The image of the hand holding the pentacles, it occurs so much in these other cards. It feels like you're holding your boundaries or you're knowing what it is that you want. Okay, so with Justice, this is a card about balancing things out or also cutting out what isn't helpful to you anymore or cutting out what doesn't belong. I think that you already know where something is not balanced, where a relationship is not equal. Something specific about this partnership, it feels like you're giving way more than you are receiving. Like with the Four of Pentacles, this one usually talks to me about stability or sometimes even stagnation in its shadow aspects. But like something, okay, so in its positive aspects for you, I feel like there's something good about where you are right now, where like technically even without this partnership or whatever this relationship is, whether it's romantic or friendship, you're still going to be good. You're still going to have everything lined up for you. It doesn't affect your work life. It doesn't affect other aspects of the way that you afford life. But I don't know. I just keep seeing like maybe because you are in such a good position, you constantly give to this other person, but at this point it feels taxing or draining. And maybe one of your love languages is to give, especially in the physical world, like giving gifts. But what are they offering to you in return? I do not mean like they're giving you a gift back, because maybe this other person has a different type of love language or expresses their gratitude to you in a different kind of way. But especially recently, what are they giving to you in order to show that they are grateful for your existence or grateful for your presence in their life? Just consider that for a moment, or take a moment to breathe and really think about it. So we're going to move on to that last card. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Eight of Cups? Why is the Eight of Cups here? Okay. The card that flipped up is the Magician. I'm gonna pull 2 more cards before I talk about what this is, but okay, we'll see. We got King of Swords and the Devil. Oh boy, okay. So, regarding this idea of walking away, I think you already know or your heart has decided, but the heart, like swallowing the frog, like the difficult thing that you have to do is just the actual action. That will be the most difficult part of this, whatever the separation is, whatever this breakup. Like, again, romantic, friendship, whatever this is that you feel you need to walk away from, even though it's hard or it's difficult, it will be rewarding afterwards. Okay, so with the Magician that popped up first, this to me is the card of agency. It is the card of being able to change circumstance. They're really showing me that it is up to you to decide if you want to keep doing this or not. And again, I encourage free will. I do think that you are leaning towards walking away, but again, it's up to you to discern and decide what the right option is. With the King of Swords here, this to me is a card of discernment, like a card of cutting things away. And to me, he mirrors the Justice that appeared earlier. The sword in both of their hands stands out so prominently. Like, there's this just, like, oh my gosh, even behind him, the butterfly symbol, the symbol of transformation. Something about this is like, it feels almost like the Death card, if you're familiar with it, like an irreversible transformation. It feels very hard or very difficult to do. And, oh, okay. Like, you know you will feel relief afterwards, but again, there's just so much grief or anxiety leading up to it because you know that this is a huge hurdle that you have to overcome or get past. And you can leave it if you so choose, but there's a sense of needing to do it kind of carefully or with tact, because like it's not something to do on just a whim. It's something that needs to be planned out, or it's like, it feels like the feeling of needing to explain something or needing to have a plan of action so that you hold yourself accountable, or maybe even your friends and people you care about hold you accountable for all of this. Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna ask for some advice from Spirit. Spirit, if everything that I've been saying has resonated with this person, whoever is watching this, what advice do you have for them at this time as they are going through this? All right, so the cards we have for that are Two of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Hermit. We'll point out King and Queen of Swords showed up. And in this instance, I think you are technically both. Like, it's, I want to say like your left and right brain, like the conscious and subconscious mind coming together to an agreement on something. Two of Wands is showing me that you're deciding the world that you want to live in. I understand that you're thinking maybe in terms of this other person, but you're being asked to think in terms of yourself. What is the ideal kind of world you want to live in? What is the ideal kind of relationship that you want? Specifically with the hermit that showed up, there's this need to be in your own energy or to reflect. Like, really take some time to sit with yourself, maybe with some good music that has no words. Just take a moment to breathe, meditate, think about whatever this situation is, because I feel like the answers to all of this, the difficult emotions to work through, all of it can be worked through internally by being with yourself and sitting with this feeling, allowing this feeling to exist because it's an indication of something within you, and respecting that it exists, but still going forward and taking a course of action that is aligned towards your will and what you want in life. Again, surprisingly heavy reading from everything that I'm seeing so far. Again, take everything as it resonates with you and understand that, once again, you have free will in deciding how you want to handle this and where you want to go next. All right. So this is everything that I'm seeing for this reading. If this has resonated with you, please leave me a like and a comment. I'd love to hear more about your situation. And if you're interested in a personal reading from me, my Ko-fi link is in the description. There you can hire me for a personal reading or give me a tip if you feel so compelled. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.